Matter Movie Reviews. This is the third part of the four-part Schwarzenegger, or also called trilogy very much, the Schwarzenegger movie called trilogy of the fifth series of movie reviews. Today I'm looking at Red Heat from 1988. This is actually one of my favourite Schwarzenegger movies of all time. Surprising and shocking. It's actually one of my favourites. This is personal favourites. It's directed by Walter Hill, who directed The Warriors from 1979. He was also one of the producers of the Alien franchise. He also directed, what other movies did he direct? I'm trying to think now. Walter Hill, 48 Hours, and the sequel, Another 48 Hours. And he directed this movie as well. This is a body cop movie, and it stars Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi. Or back then James Belushi, now is called Jim Belushi. You have Edo Ross as well. Edo Ross, Peter Boyle. I think Gina Gershon's in this as well. And yeah. So, let's begin. So, we have Schwarzenegger playing Captain Ivan Danko, who is a Russian police officer, and he gets sent to the United States of America, in specifically Chicago. He heads to Chicago to get a drug dealer called Victor, who has basically been living there, and he's been obviously messing around the law over there as well. They get imprisoned, and the American officials, or the police over there, say they want to arrest him and take him back to his country because he fled. Obviously, while doing there, he's been doing some dodgy deals, but also working with a local gang of arms dealers, I think. And obviously, they help assist him of escaping, and then obviously they go into the darkness and flee. While Danko has to team up with a guy called Art Ridzik, played by James Belushi, into stopping the drug dealer from actually escaping away with all the drug money and other stuff. Also, because he killed a partner of his as well, and so that's help solve his sort of revenge as well of getting Victor, very much. Story-wise, it's good. I think it's interesting. It's basically just the two sides, of course. I mean, let's remember this. I mean, 88. The Cold War was still going on actually at the time. I mean, it didn't stop until about the 90s, really, with the Cold War. I mean, having an American police officer team up with a Russian police officer, that seems it's different. It's quite interesting. And though it wasn't offended, it wasn't banned or anything at all. There's released and think, hey, it's a good movie. This is actually good. They think it's a good movie, very much. And yeah, probably. What else? What else can I think of this movie? Action scenes, of course, which are quite good. I mean, you got the great shootout in the hospital. You have the shootout in the hotel. Some of the funny chase scenes, because it's got comedy as well. I mean, you've got the famous scene. Obviously, was it "Hey a-hole, you're my spot," and it's you're Amanda. Never heard of her, and like that. I mean, when he comes back, I say, why is this deadbeat on the ground? Why is the deadbeat next to the car? He lives here. That's a great scene. I always love that. It's funny. I mean, it's like simple humour. Like with Schwarzenegger, he's stone cold. It's like he's sort of driven and determined and a bit unemotional. However, it's sort of like where he's from. I think very much like he's very straightforward. It's like it's all strict and stuff. There, it's all discipline and stuff. And obviously coming here, it's basically like a blank statue very much, but like someone you don't want to mess with, like who's just in a bad day. And Jim Belushi's character, of course, he lends the humour to the movie as well. Though I think Schwarzenegger does help lend some of his humour as well, like a bit of dry humour in the movie, and it does help actually. I do think it's quite good. The guy playing Victor, who I think is Edo Ross. No, was it Peter Boyle? I don't know. He's like sort of grungy, sort of effective, and quite scary. Quite scary as well. He's quite threatening as well. Like he's that dark Russian sinister that he is, like sinister stuff. Very much it's like some kind of he's like, this person wants to murder you, of the way he looks and the way he speaks, as well. Like this guy doesn't be messed with. Otherwise you get a bullet to your head, very much, and it sort of goes like that very much, and with his character, and obviously the police lieutenant is played by Melrose, Peter Boyle. I can't remember the actor's name who played him. However, it was quite good actually. I mean, I do like the scene, of course, when he introduces himself to Danko, and obviously he's pulling the tape recorder. He's trying to relax, look at the fishes, you know, trying to calm his spirit down, ease down the anger that he has, like all this rage and stuff he has, and obviously sort of kicks back in gear. And obviously he mentions the line, "How do you cope with stress?" I think, yeah. How do you cope with stress? And he says vodka. How do you Russians cope with stress? Vodka. I think he's quite amused by that. Like, you know, strong stuff. You know, like, yeah. How do you cope with stress? You just drink vodka. You know, like, I know I've tasted vodka before. It's strong mentholy stuff. It's like drinking menthol. It's like drinking mouthwash a little bit sometimes. Like, it's like you're drinking something strong, burning mouthwash down here. I think that's how I describe it very much. I mean, to ease off stress. I mean, obviously, I think with Russians, they're more stronger, they're more used to it as well. Whereas with us British and Americans, very much, it's all take one sip and you sort of got all dizzy now, and you sort of like your head's banging too much. You've only had one sip of strong stuff. So that's one good thing. Also, I forgot about this actually. Lawrence Fishburne makes a cameo in this movie as well. He sort of appears in as one of the commander, the police commander's right-hand man, showing us the facts and all stuff about Victor and stuff like that. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne, he's in the 80s, he's played a few films like Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, he appeared in that, and a few other stuff. It's like, nowadays, you know, he's all like a famous actor he is, you know, like in the Matrix movies and all that sort of stuff. And here you see a tall, thin dude with glasses, or, you know, and he went to the pseudonym Larry Fishburne instead of Lawrence now. So that's quite interesting. However, I've seen him on screen in the 80s as a sort of young man in his 20s or 30s. You know, it's worth seeing. It is. And it's quite interesting. That's about it really. I mentioned the scenes and stuff. The music. Oh, the music. Composed by the late, great James Horner. Yes, James Horner did this score. Surprisingly. The music itself, it's got the Russian themes as well. I actually do think it's quite good. It's got a bit of Americana like music as well, like slide guitar as well, a little bit. However, it's more of the Russian, it's got like this panting percussion sound where the action scenes kick in. Really good stuff, and especially with the bus chase as well at the end of the movie. Really good. And works perfectly, it does. I mean, that sort of style, it's quite rounded and a bit uneven. However, it sort of helps the movie in that sort of respect. I mean, it's all to do with intensity and stuff, and obviously, it just sort of works like that. You know, and it was released on Virgin Records. I think a year later after the movie came out, I think, and there's only about like 9 tracks of it, and you can get it on a bootleg compilation. Was it the James Horner collection or something? It's got a picture of the Commando. Yeah, probably, yeah. Commando picture, well, and it appears, it's like a suite, like a 9.5-minute suite of Red Heat. Good. Yeah. So how do I know Red Heat? Well, back in the day of VHS, I used to collect a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies: Racer, Running Man, Terminator 1, 2. I'm just trying to think. What was the other film I collected on VHS? True Lies. Yep. Them sort of movies. And this came out. I do remember the first copy. I actually had two copies of this. The first copy I had was like a simple black case, and the cover was on on landscape. It was a landscape cover. It was, and I don't know if it's in full film video or not. I don't know, but got that. Or I don't know really, but got that from a copy itself. Watched it. Thought really good film this is, and then we got a second copy which came from a guy who my dad worked for, and he gave them a bunch of VHSs, and I think one was Die Hard, one was the Dad's Army episode compilation, like greatest episodes or something, and this one, and it was on the it was on the RCA Columbia Pictures release. It was distributed by Video Collection International. I have no idea why, but I don't know if I've thrown it away. I have no idea where that has gone. Probably thrown it away. Probably. I don't know. Who knows, really? Who knows? Yes. No. So, Red Heat. Obviously, like I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, it's one of my personal favourite Schwarzenegger movies. It's funny. It's got dry humour as well. It's got a bit of funny. It's got some good action scenes. There's some good set pieces in this movie as well, which is good. The cast are great. You know, there's a few familiar faces in this movie, and it's directed by Walter Hill. The music is composed by James Horner, and it's filmed in Chicago. What bad luck! And it's filmed in. I think, like I mentioned before, I think the Russian scenes were filmed in Budapest, and they just shot in the only day in Russia the shot was in the town square before the ending. However, it's interesting. I mean, in my thoughts, this movie, it's an interesting movie to watch. I do enjoy this movie. I can watch this now and again. You know, I haven't watched it for a while though, but I do enjoy this movie. It's sort of interesting because it's, you know, you think of this and you think of the Cold War between the United States of America and the USSR. It's coming towards the end of that conflict, and here comes this movie, and it's sort of like people then working together, like joining forces. Like there is peace, you know. Like it's not like a peace, you know, like a film that's playing peace between the two countries. Well, no, not really, but it is just good. It's interesting. The concept itself is interesting. Though we've seen buddy cops before, maybe with Man and Dog, Asian and African American, and stuff like that. But here with Russian and America come together, do one simple job and he's in Manchester and Chicago. In Chicago, and here you get this movie, and I do think it's good. I think give this a watch. Give this movie a watch, people. You know, if you just watch it, give this a go. You know, give this a go. Give this a fantastic go. And if you like Jim Belushi, yeah, fair enough. You know, give this a watch. This is before the Canine trilogy. This is so. You know, if you want to see good old Jim Belushi have a little swear a lot, you know, do funny things, you know, take a bit of action now and again, and show off his humour. This is the film to watch. So that is it. That's the review of Red Heat, and I'll finish there. I'll finish this review anyway. So that's the end of Red Heat review, and I will see you for the fourth and final part of the Schwarzenegger quad trilogy. I'll see you then.